Welcome, Culture Crew. Thank you for joining me today after a week off of no YouTube, and I've been working really hard, guys. So I do have some really good information for you guys today, but so we have it that Bitcoin is dumping. We have an early Christmas present for some of us who are ready to buy. Unfortunately, today I did get caught up in a pretty bad trade. Well, actually it was a good trade and a bad trade at the same time. But before we get started, if you're new here, my name is Lewis, the coolest crypto cat on YouTube. I know you guys love it when I say that. Now, I want to tell you guys how we're having a really bad day, but this could be a great opportunity for us to dive in and buy some of our very first Bitcoin, Ethereum, or whatever you're into. Today, I'm going to cover some of the best deals out there that I personally see that I will be investing in. But let's go ahead and get started with what the day has looked like so far. Well, today I actually caught a break because I've been holding a short position on Bitcoin ever since last week because we had such a quick run up. I mean, it was crazy, guys. There was really no real news, but I really think that what's going on is a lot of the institutional buyers from Michael Saylor's meeting or conference that they had a couple weeks back, I think they're starting to starting to get into the position where they're starting to buy Bitcoin now for their companies. So I think that has been what's actually trickling in. But I will want to tell you that I thought it went up way too fast, so I did take a short position, and I've been hurting because it just kept going higher and higher and higher. Now, I don't recommend anyone go short on Bitcoin. That was something that I don't think I'll do again. It was a little bit of a I thought it was going to be a no-brainer, but it turned out to just keep going. I was like this close to getting liquidated. But fortunately for me, the market turned around and it went completely down, even though that's unfortunate for my long-term holdings. But on my short-term, I did do well. I think I cashed out with a 65 or 70% return on that trade. But unfortunately, I had another trade right below that one that I had triggered in automatically if it went down to that level that I would buy long. And that one got liquidated after like a few minutes because it went straight down, guys. So let's take a quick look. I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I mean. If you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, let me show you what happened today, where we have it. Right in here, look at the Bitcoin price. For those of you who are not following the crypto market, but you're kind of confused at what I'm talking about, well, we were right around here as of yesterday. And then we took this huge plummet all the way down to about $46,000, $47,000. And I think I got stopped out somewhere around here. So when I saw that, I put in a long order because I saw it recovering really quickly and I kept missing it because I kept using limit orders. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you definitely need to join my investment group down below in the bottom first description. Oh, actually it's not the first, I think it's like the third link in the description section. Well, I caught myself right back up here. So I've been riding now the recovery from down here to 40. I think I bought it around 49,000. Again, I took a really big long position to make up for the liquidation I had right here. And so far I am up big. I think I'm up over 120%. So I'm up here somewhere right now, which is awesome. Let's see where we currently are. We're currently up 120% exactly. So that is awesome. Very happy to report that. But let me just go ahead and talk to you guys about what is going on right now. I know some of you are probably thinking to yourself, is this a good opportunity to buy? Should I be looking to long right now? Should I just sit on the sideline? Well, personally, myself, if I wasn't in a trade right now, I'd be looking to buy for the long term, 100%. If I had some extra cash right now to invest, I'd definitely be buying Bitcoin, Ethereum. Those are no-brainers. But there is one out there that I've been eyeing for the last, I would say about the last month or so, and it just dawned on me that, hey, listen, there's a lot of speculation out there in the market, in the crypto market, but there are a few that actually have real businesses behind it where you can make a lot of money because the business is doing extremely well. And I'm going to talk to you guys how I came to this assumption. So I'm going to start off by giving you a little bit of a backstory. My backstory right now is I want you guys to remember most people that get into crypto investing, the first place they go to is an exchange called Coinbase. Coinbase, for those who you don't know, is a place where you can buy your crypto like you would buy stocks on Robinhood or WEBULL. And I want to talk to you a little bit about them because they're going to be coming out with an initial public offering very soon. For those of you who aren't familiar with that, it means that they're coming onto the stock market. Okay, that's all that means. Well, the IPO, in order for them to come out with this offering, they have to come up with an evaluation of how much that company is worth. So we've been getting a lot of rumors and I guess also a lot of verifications of what Coinbase is going to be valued at when it comes out. And let me explain to you guys what Coinbase actually does and how they generate money, so you can understand where this valuation is coming from and why knowing this ahead of time will allow us to take a good position into another token that's out there right now that I believe is a humongous opportunity based on what we're going to learn about Coinbase right now. So let's go ahead and take a look at what Coinbase actually does. Let me see if I can open this up for you guys to take a look. Is this our Coinbase? This is it right here. All right, so let's check this out. All right, so how does Coinbase make money? There's a couple different ways that they make money. One of them is the margin fee. So a margin fee is basically what we're paying for, let's just say a Bitcoin. Let's say we bought $1,000 in Bitcoin and he sold it to us at, let's say, $50,000. That's the going rate for one Bitcoin. We bought $1,000 of that. Well, one of the ways they make money is by actually putting I call it like a buffer or a spread on what the actual price is and what they sell it to you at. From what it states here, their margin sometimes is about 0.5%. So you could actually be paying 0.5% more for what Bitcoin, Ethereum, or synthetics, whatever you're buying. It could be 0.5% more than what you're actually paying for. So keep that in mind. That's one way they make money. The other way they make money, as you can see here, is by them charging you a fee. Let me see if I make this a little bit bigger for you guys. They can charge you a fee, which is what you'll see commonly disclosed as $14, $20, whatever it is, however much amount of crypto you buy. It depends. And also, remember, keep in mind, one of the things I forgot to mention, this margin fee is 0.5%, but that can also fluctuate. If there's more demand in the market, they will ask for more than 0.5%. It could be much higher than this. This is just the going rate. The other thing too is that they have this Coinbase Commerce. This is something else that they have, which basically allows retailers to accept payments in crypto, kind of like PayPal does, with credit cards. They also have this Coinbase credit card that I did sign up for. I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but basically what you do is you use your credit card and you earn crypto points, and it allows you to redeem those points in Bitcoin back in your Coinbase account. So I'd rather get back Coinbase rewards than I would dollar rewards or frequent flyer miles, because as you guys know, Bitcoin is the fastest appreciating asset in human history. So I'd rather take this 100% over any other denomination or any other reward. And the last thing is, which I found out while doing this research, is that they actually are the ones who came up with USD coin, or USDC as a shortened version of it. Basically what that is it's a peg to the dollar. So if you want to keep your money on an exchange, but you don't want to keep it in any one particular token because you're not sure where you want to put your money next, well, you can keep it in this stable coin called the USDC, and it makes it very easy for you to transmit that money from, let's say, your Coinbase account to maybe your another account, Kraken, or another, wherever you want to send it to. Or you can just keep it on that exchange. It doesn't really matter. It just allows you to have your money pegged to the dollar. So just in case you feel like, okay, we're going to take a big hit, the market's going to drop. Like if you would have known this yesterday, maybe you would have taken your money out of one crypto, kept it in your USDC coin, and then put it back into the crypto once it was at a cheaper price. That's just something that you guys may want to think about in the future. And I see you guys are asking a few questions here. I will get to your questions in just 1 second. I just want to make my point. I will speed it up a bit so I can get there, and I will answer all of your questions in just 1 second. So let's go ahead and now that we know how they make their money, we want to know how much is it that they're being valued at. Our first evaluation came out at about, I think it was about $30 billion. This was not too long ago. But what I want to show you guys is that soon after that, the valuation of the company jumped to about $77 billion, okay? Big jump. And now that Bitcoin and the whole crypto market is exploding, I'm expecting it to go even much higher than that. But the most recent of information that we're getting is this. It's saying that Coinbase hasn't yet provided an official date for its IPO, but we all know it's going to be early 2021. And while it hasn't yet set a share price for its public market debut, shares sold on the NASDAQ private market were most recently valued at $373. That gives Coinbase a valuation of $100 billion. Okay, so this is a very big deal. It's probably going to be one of the biggest IPOs of all 2021. What they're doing here is they basically give early investors and employees, they give them opportunity to sell their shares before the actual IPO, behind the scenes, privately. And whatever they sell their shares for kind of gives you a glimpse of what it's going to be IPOing at. Okay, so keeping that in mind, now let's see how we can extract this information, how we can use this for the argument we're going to make right now. So the token that I want to talk to you guys about today is BNB, or Binance. Okay, for some of you who are not familiar with it, they're the world's biggest exchange for cryptocurrency. Yes, I know a lot of us here in the United States do not use Binance. We first go to either Coinbase or Gemini, and Gemini is another one that's going to be IPOing in the near future. But the reason why we don't hear about Binance that much, Binance is probably one of the ones that we kind of migrate to later, is because Binance had a little bit of a rocky history with the US, I think in 2019. So they actually split off, and now they have Binance, which is primarily based out of China, and they have Binance US. They even have a Binance jersey. That's how strict some of these governments, local governments, state governments are, that you have to have an actual exchange just to satisfy their needs. That's crazy. I don't even want to get into that. That's a whole nother topic for another day. But what I do want to talk to you guys is that Binance has had a huge run up this year. Let's take a quick look at it. Let's see if I can open up the chart and show you exactly what I mean by that. Binance was trading at about $40 earlier this year. Let me see if I can make this just a bit larger for you guys. Binance was trading at about $40 earlier this year, and it most recently hit above $350, which is just insane. So right around here is where I was starting to, where was this? February? I think it was right about here that I started looking at Binance, and I said, you know what, this might be a really good one to look at, because there's a real business here. There's something real about this whole setup that they have, which I think could be the future. And that's when the Coinbase IPO and all that was really starting to heat up. And as you can see, it's had this run up right here, and then it's kind of flattened out, and then most recently it's had this humongous run up, and now we have a buying opportunity. It's down about 30-something% today, guys. So at its peak, I think it was up about $352, and today at the very low, it was around $215, more or less, right, give or take. So is this just the beginning? Can it drop lower? Or as you can see, I have a couple of spots here where I think I would be buying in at, dollar cost averaging in. I would love to buy it at $130, but we don't know if we'll see that ever again. But right now, we're trading somewhere around here. We're at about $259. And why this is important for you to know is because at around $250 per token for BNB, that values BNB at around $38 billion. Okay, $38 billion for the world's largest trading exchange. Okay, bigger than Coinbase, not by much, but it's still bigger than Coinbase. And Coinbase, from what we just learned, is valued at $100 billion, right? And I guarantee you it'll be even higher than that by the time it IPOs. But let's just use those numbers, right? So Binance has more coins available than Coinbase. Okay, so that's one thing it has going for it. The other thing too is that Binance is available in a lot of countries, but so is Coinbase. They're both about the same amount, about 180 countries for Binance, 109, well, let me put it this way, 180 countries you're allowed to use Binance. Okay, so that's huge. Coinbase, you can only use in 32 countries if you're going to exchange your fiat money, your dollars, your euros for crypto, but you can use their wallet in 190 countries. So I think Binance has won that one, because they also have a wallet called the Trust Wallet, which I think is a very, very, how would I say, it's more of an accepted wallet around the world than Coinbase's wallet, because you can't really buy with Coinbase in some countries. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. I hope I'm not losing you. The other thing that I want to talk to you about too is that Binance has not one, but two chains. And if I was doing this video and editing it, I probably would have put a 2-chain video in there or something, but it has two chains. One chain, or blockchain, when I say blockchain, I mean blockchain. It has one blockchain for its actual exchange where they buy and sell tokens. And now they just rolled out recently the Binance Smart Chain. The Binance Smart Chain now is allowing other developers and other projects to create their applications and use them on top of the Binance Smart Chain. Now, why is this important? This is a big move because recently Ethereum has been having a humongous problem with the exorbitant, expensive gas fees, is what they're called. Basically, like It's the fee you pay every time you transact in Ethereum, especially if you're doing a swap and you're using like a Uniswap or something like that. It's very, very expensive. So now Binance has taken this opportunity to create this smart chain, and they already have about 60 plus projects on there that are coming out with DeFi projects, NFT projects. More on NFTs later in this video, so don't go anywhere. And they're also creating tons of innovative things that are, not only that, but what I wanted to talk to you about is that it's super cheap. So if you wanted to do exchanging on there, it would be pennies compared to what it would be on Ethereum's chain. Now, I'm not saying Ethereum's chain is going anywhere. They are working on some very innovative ways to get these gas fees down. Hopefully that'll be rolling out very soon. But in the meantime, Binance Smart Chain is coming up with a lot of solutions for that. So it's going to be a big one. And the projects on top of the Binance Smart Chain are gaining humongous returns right now, crushing returns that you'll probably even see in Binance itself. But let's continue where we're at right now. So Binance has about 13.5 million users. Coinbase has 13.3 million users. So we're about neck and neck there when it comes to the size. And Binance has the third largest mining pool in the world. What a mining pool is, for some of you who are not familiar with it, if I wanted to mine Bitcoin and I bought myself all of these expensive computers to do that, I still wouldn't be able to compete with other miners because the reward goes to the miner or miners or mining pool that has the most hash power. So what I would do is I would combine my hash power with a pool of other miners. And that's what Binance has done. They created this mining pool only like 9 months ago, and they're already the world's third largest mining pool. And they charge miners for using their mining pool. So that's something else that Coinbase doesn't have. All right. So we're already talking about smart chains, which is one of the best blockchains out there right now. It's nothing special, but it's working. And they have a huge mining pool. Those are two advantages that Binance has that you don't see with Coinbase. So what does this mean? If Coinbase is worth about $100 billion at the time it IPOs, how much could Binance be worth taking all this into consideration? Well, let's say it's worth $100 billion just for the exchange. Okay, let's say that Binance is worth $100 billion because it's very similar to Coinbase's user base, just for the exchange. Okay, now let's take into consideration how much the blockchain is worth. Well, it's very hard to value the blockchain. So what I did was I took the valuation of Polkadot, I took the valuation of Cardano, and I took the valuation of Cosmos. Okay, those are the three biggest blockchains that are available right now by market cap. And I took the average of those. And the average of those three is about $22 billion. So that's a fair assessment to give to the Binance Smart Chain, the BSC. And now let's give, this is going to be really hard to evaluate, but let's give the mining pool a $10 billion value. Even if we give it a zero value, we can still do this exercise and you'll see exactly where I'm getting at. Even if we give it a $10 billion valuation, that means that we would be valuating Binance at $132 billion. And currently right now, it's trading at $38 billion. So that poses a significant discount for what it's worth right now, guys. In my opinion, I think it's undervalued by a factor of 4. I think right now, if you were to buy Binance, you're literally getting in at a super duper discount compared to what people are going to be paying for the IPO of Coinbase. Just think about it. The more people have access to buying something, the more expensive something gets. Okay, Binance is not publicly traded on any market right now. Not the Nasdaq, not a Chinese stock market. Nowhere. The only place you can get it, it's very difficult to get. It's either on Binance or you can get on some other swaps. Those are the only places you can get it. And most people don't even know how to get into Binance because if you can't, if it's not available, whatever, in like your fiat, you have to send money. It's complicated, right? But those of you who do end up buying it, who are smart enough to get their money in there and can buy it, you're buying it at a huge discount because there's a very small audience. There's a very small pool of people who are going to have the ability to buy that. Even with Coinbase, it may end up in a ETF somewhere where it even can get more access to it, which will drive up the price even more. But Binance, I feel, is a super, super discount right now, guys, especially if we are early in this bull market, which I think we are. It can go much higher than what we have here as a cap, as a market cap, all right? So that's a big one. So there are projects out there, obviously, guys, they can make you bigger returns than what Binance can make you. I know that. I'm actually doing research on a few, and I'm actually going to be doing a video tomorrow on an NFT that I want to mention to you guys quickly right now. I'm going to be talking to you guys about an NFT, a non-fungible token. I'll explain to you guys what that means in a second, which will bring you way more returns than what we're talking about here. But Binance, it's a real business. It's got real earnings, okay? And they're the biggest in their space, okay? And they're undervalued by a factor of 4. That's insane. So this is like money in the bank. Even though nothing is money in the bank, I'm not telling you what to do with your money, but this is probably one of the safest bets next to Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink. This is right up there with them, and I feel it's more undervalued than probably 99% of the tokens out there. Now, I do want to talk to you about some other tokens that are going to be available, very soon I guess more accessible to the mainstream. Right now, I'm doing some research and I'm invested in one. Oh, and by the way, I'm not invested in Binance just yet. I will be buying today, though. That is a promise. Maybe between today and tomorrow. But this other one that I want to talk to you about that I will be doing a video on tomorrow is an NFT, a non-fungible token. All right. So what that means is it's basically a collectible play, or it's basically like saying that I have a 1 of 1 or a 1 of 10 or a limited supply of something. Because when you buy a collectible, let's say if you buy a collectible like a baseball card, and if you buy, like most recently I went to a coin show and I found out that I actually had in my possession some silver dollars that were fake. They were Chinese silver dollars, and I didn't know that. I didn't have a lot of them, I only had a few, but I didn't know that until one of the coin dealers pointed out that this coin was never minted in that year. So I said, whoa, it's crazy. Oh, thank God I didn't pay that much for them. But it just goes to show you that a lot of collectibles and a lot of things that hold value sometimes are fake, or they are not what they say they are. So why is this important, and how does blockchain solve that problem? Well, the reason why it's important is because now we can buy collectibles such as trading cards, we used to do in the past. Some people have movie stamps. Some people do coins like I did. Or imagine if you could buy a house, a property, and instead of having the deed to it, it's on a blockchain, and a blockchain will ensure that you have ownership to it and no one else has ownership to it. So that's where NFTs are going to go in the future. But as of right now, it's starting off in the collectible space. There's a lot of billionaires such as Chamath Palihapitiya. We have Mark Cuban, and we have Gary Vaynerchuk, soon to be billionaire if he's not a billionaire already, all screaming from the hills how big the NFTs are going to be. And if you're following the trends, well, right now the biggest trends, guys, in crypto is NFTs. So with all that being said, the one I'm researching right now is one called Ecomi. As a matter of fact, let me pull it up for you guys so I can show you what I have so far. But I think you'll find this interesting, and I'll tell you why. Go ahead and check this out. So the reason, oh my God, and it's actually at a really good price right now. So the reason I'm bringing this up to you, oh wait, that's in euros. Let's go ahead and change this to, how can we change this to dollars? Cool. Let's go here. Thinks I'm in Europe. I'm not, I promise you I'm in Florida. Okay. All right. So the reason why you guys are going to find this one interesting, Ecomi, or OMI for short, is because it's an NFT play that already has not one but 2 businesses. The first business is that they have a website or an app. You can actually download the app. It's really cool. It's called VV, V-E-V-E. And you can purchase non-fungible tokens, NFTs, right there, and you can house them there, or you can take them off there and keep them wherever you store your crypto. It doesn't matter, you can cold storage if you want to. But the second part of the business is that they actually sell a cold storage device that is very cool. It's like the size of a credit card and very thin, so you can keep it with you in your pocket wherever you go. Not that I suggest you do that. You should definitely keep it safe and locked away. But it's a very cool wallet, and it costs $200, so it's not cheap. So they have that business going forward, and they also have the NFT market that they created. But the reason why their NFT market is different is because they actually have about 100 licenses with companies such as the NFL, Ghostbusters, Back to the Future, which I can't wait for because I want to buy that DeLorean. That's going to be so cool. And it allows you to collect it, but then use it as augmented reality. So if you wanted to do, let's say, a TikTok video, if you wanted to do an Instagram video, and you want to include Batman with you in that video, it looks like Batman's really there through augmented reality. They have a licensing agreement with the NFL, which means if you want to take Mahomes and you want Mahomes to be in the video with you and throwing you a football, you can own that. And it could be maybe 1 of 10 in the world that exists. And that's going to gain in value because it's scarce. and it's proven by that blockchain that you own it, and there's only so many. So that's why I'm excited about it. I will be doing a video on this one tomorrow, but I just wanted to give you guys a heads up so you know what we're working on. And yes, that one could obviously bring you up to, in my opinion, if this goes to 10 cents, right now it's trading at a third of a penny. If this goes to 10 cents, guys, that's a 50x return. So that's going to be huge. So stick around for that one. Now let's see if we can take some of your questions. I know you guys have been asking me some stuff here. Let's see. Bitcoin Cash has only 12,500 wallets over 100 BCH. Okay. Chadwick also said, we never wanted Wall Street and Bitcoin. It's outdated and the cyberpunks will eventually shift to Bitcoin. I do believe that's the case. 100K into crypto has been holding for 3.5 years. Okay. Let's see. I don't know what you mean by that. 100K into crypto has been holding for 3.5 years. Oh, you've been holding for 3.5 years. I hope so. If you had 100K in Bitcoin 3.5 years ago, man, you're sitting pretty right now, Chadwick. Mickey Anderson says the elite will buy and sell with major profits to test the build and integrity of Bitcoin. He or she controls money, controls the world. So they think. I know. Hopefully we can continue or get back our control of our own monetary system. That would be amazing. It's a computer software that has multiple trading pairs. Against the alts, it looks like XRP is scooped up everybody who sold. Okay. You trade, you lose. Yeah, of course. I know sometimes you trade, you lose money. Let's see. All right. So Chadwick says Bitcoin and BSV will pump beyond belief. I hope that's the case. Well, Bitcoin Cash and BSV, that's Bitcoin Satoshi's Vision. These two have been taken off a lot of exchanges because a lot of people who are newbies to the crypto investing world are buying those thinking that they're buying Bitcoin. So I think a lot of those exchanges are getting complaints that they want their money back or any losses they've incurred because of it, because they're buying the wrong thing. So you're seeing a lot of exchanges delisting these. So what Chadwick here is saying is that he believes they're going to pump. He says, watch and see their value against Bitcoin over the next couple of weeks. The altcoins will look like Bitcoin before the crash. Happens every cycle. Yeah, I think that's what happens, though. I think a lot of newbies go in there and they buy the wrong thing. So we will see. Let's see. Thank you, Ahmed. He says he's enjoying today's live stream. Chadwick says, never heard of any of those. Sounds like a lot of 2017 and when the ICOs were pumping and Bitcoin fell to 3,500. Yeah, I mean, that's going to happen again, guys. And I will tell you this. Any small cap altcoin that I do invest in, I don't plan on staying invested in them. I'm going to stay in there. And once I recoup 100% of what I put into it, I'm taking the initial 100% out and I'm letting the other 100% do the work for me. So I'll never be investing with my own cash. And as it continues to increase in value, I will continue to take 10%, 10%, 10% off the table. And where am I going to put it? I'm not going to park it into another alt. I'm going to park it into Bitcoin because I do feel that Bitcoin over time, even though if it does go down in value, I don't care about that. What I care about is that it's going to be more and more scarce every day. So that is where that's my game plan. I'm not sure what yours are. Let me know in the comments what you guys are doing with your cash or anything that you're gaining from your altcoins. All right, Chadwick, it's based out of Malta, not China. Oh, Malta. Okay, I'm sorry, Malta, not China. It's Chinese computer programming, built computer trading algorithms. I'm not sure what that. Chadwick says, can you talk about the Bitcoin forks? Well, yeah, a lot of the Bitcoin forks out there, like Litecoin, and that's a popular one right now because Litecoin is a very popular coin to exchange in because nobody wants to exchange with their Bitcoin because everyone thinks that Bitcoin is going to go to the moon, and it's cheaper to also transact in Litecoin. Those are some of the forks. You got Satoshi's Vision, like he said, and Bitcoin Cash. Those are two of the forks that came out of Bitcoin. I'll do a video one day if I get enough requests on that, but I'm not sure how many people are going to be interested in. Another one too, guys, I don't want to tell you about, don't sleep on it, especially under $1, is Cardano. That's going to be one that you're going to wish you held on to. That's a big one, especially I think this month we're going to get a lot of big news on that. Debbie says, just jumped on. I've bought mostly Ethereum. What do you think of ETH? Oh my God, I think the ETH is amazing, especially once ETH gets what it dearly needs, which is reduced gas fees. And once ETH burning comes into play, it's going to give ETH a more scarce type of feel, because right now you could make as much ETH as they need to. So with those things combined, plus having it not be so throttled with so much because I think ETH right now can only handle about 15 transactions per second. I think with new updates, it's going to be able to handle thousands of transactions per second. So that'll be great for Ethereum. But I do think that Ethereum has a big future ahead of it because it was one of the early players, and they own so much headspace already. A lot of people already know when they hear Bitcoin, they think of Ethereum as well, and it's ranked number 2. So I feel it's going to be very hard to dethrone. The only ones right now that are close to dethroning are Polkadot and Cardano, and I don't think they'll ever completely kill Ethereum. I think they can all be relevant in this space, because just like there's multiple other companies that service the same type of thing, I think there'll be blockchains for different kinds of businesses. So I think Ethereum, if you're invested in Ethereum, I do think you're in good shape. It's due for a big pump. So expect a big pump coming soon. I think very soon, maybe $2,500 very soon, could be around the corner. All right, yeah, Chadwick, you're killing it right now with $100,000 in Bitcoin. That's awesome. John Frey says you may want to check the Business Insider link I provided. I did not see that link, John, unless you emailed me. And Chadwick, every major altcoin will look like Bitcoin before the crash. That's the super cycle. Yep, absolutely. What's my view of ANKR versus Bitcoin? What is NAKR? I don't know enough about that. I'll take a quick look at it. Chadwick says, buy Ethereum Classic. It's undervalued. Just look at ETCG Grayscale stock to tell you the story, plus token scam. It seems like Chadwick, I see, correct me if I'm wrong, brother, but it seems like you're a contrarian and you like to go against what everyone else doesn't like. So I'm pretty sure you're going to be bullish on XRP. You're going to be bullish on Satoshi's vision, Bitcoin Cash, and now Ethereum Classic. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, because a lot of very smart people, such as Warren Buffett, has always said, be fearful when people are greedy and be greedy when people are fearful. Right now, people are fearful of those lesser known forks, and XRP is not lesser known, but they're in big trouble right now in the US. A lot of people are staying away from those. So it seems like you're going in on everything that everyone else is going out of, which could be a smart play. So I hope that works out for you. Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're running out of questions here, guys. Plus, I gotta get going. I have a lot of things I gotta take care of today. So if you appreciated this, or you know what, I do owe you one thing. ANKR. Let me look at that real quick. Let me see if I can find that, and give you that quick technical, at least, because I don't know enough about it. NAKR versus Bitcoin. What is this? All right, let's take a look at what this is. All right. So it looks like I had a recent pump here February 21st, and now it's taking a huge dip just like everything else. But before that, see what's going on here. You had a big pump also, a humongous parabolic pump. Oh yeah, that was yesterday. Wow, you guys had a big day yesterday. What is that? I'd like to know about that. I'll do some more research, and if it's worth doing a video on, I will. That's crazy. You guys did well. This thing went from, oh my God, this thing went from like almost nothing at all. Yeah, against Bitcoin, this thing is killing. You guys made some money yesterday. That's a humongous run up. All right. Thank you, Debbie. All right, guys, I'll check you later. Gotta go. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a huge thumbs up. Let's see if we can get this video up to 10% likes. It would mean a lot to me. If you have any ideas for any future videos, leave it down below in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time, and take care. Bye.